Hello everyone, I'm Martyn Nolan and this is a very special edition of IWC Radio. The show that comes to you every weekend on iTunes, YouTube and IWCRadio.com. This is a very special show because we have had the wonderful opportunity to be able to ask a few questions to the newly crowned WWE UK champion, Pete Dunne. This was an interview which was conducted in Leeds. As listeners may know, I was originally scheduled to attend the Manchester NXT show on the 6th of June, but unfortunately due to the tragic events which took place in the UK a few weeks back, this show was obviously cancelled. However, WWE was very good to offer all those that purchased tickets for the Manchester show an opportunity to attend the NXT Leeds show the following night instead. And I was also very fortunate to be invited to be part of this Q&A where I was able to pose a few questions to Pete Dunne. So let's not waste any more time and let's get to those questions. I just wondered, where did the term bruiserweight actually originate?
So I was in China for 3 months doing a tour out there, and there's a guy called CJ Banks. But he wrestles a lot in this area as well, quite a lot. And we were teaming up there, and we just needed a name. The Chinese people wouldn't even have understood what it was. And we thought the cruiserweight stuff was just coming about at that time, and we thought that was a pretty funny name. So we put that on social media. I never thought any more of it. There's a promoter called Andy Quilden for RevPro, and he sent me a message and said, I want to bring you in, I want you to do this bruiserweight stuff. And I didn't know that. So I just, and went along with it. And then little by little I added pieces to the puzzle, and it's become what it has. And that term, I think, like I say, I spent that year trying to stand out as much as possible. And I think that name bruiserweight really fits that character, whatever it is. I'm not too sure, but it seems to work. People seem to like it, so landed on my feet with that one.
Also, I think you may have already really answered it. I was going to ask more about, is there a particular moment where you're kind of asking for someone to pinch you? Because it's all kind of happened so fast to see if it's all real. And I know you mentioned you bumped into The Undertaker, but is there any particular moment where you've...
it's always afterwards. This all moves so fast and it's one thing to the next, and they keep you really busy and you're working hard. And ultimately you're focused on doing the best job you can. But then it's when you go back to these independent shows and you speak directly to the fans that are watching it, and you see the difference in the attendances and then even like queues for us standing there at the merch stand. There's a massive difference, and you realise the exposure the network can give you. So whenever we're having them moments, we, myself and Trent, it's like we always turn to each other and say, "How's this happened?" And again, I think it's the speed of it. Most people come in and they go to NXT, and then it builds up and up, and their stock rises, and then by the time they get to it, it's a natural progression. Whereas for us, it feels like everything's just happened at once, and I can't thank WWE enough for that.
Obviously, with events in London and Manchester, there's been some bad things going on, tragedies recently. This is the first WWE show in the UK since those events, so I was just wondering how it felt to you and possibly the people to be involved.
I think tonight will be really special, Obviously, it was unfortunate that they had to cancel the Manchester event, but it was the right thing to do, in my opinion. And so there'll be a lot of people coming from that show to this one as well, so it's hopefully has a really special feeling. I didn't personally get to go and meet any of the wrestling fans that were affected by it, but I know a lot of the guys did, and they were all talking about how special that was. So again, that's the power of WWE. They're getting the chance to experience stuff like that, and I was jealous myself. I didn't get to go and do it, but hearing all the lads talk about it sounded like a really special experience.
I think a lot of British fans keep asking as well the usual question of, is WrestleMania ever going to come to the UK? Is it something that's ever kind of spoke about backstage or between boys or
anything?
It's
not anything that I've heard, but I always try and talk about it, and I say like I say, the responsibility that comes with having that title, if I can help that happen, I'm going to do my best. Whether it's that or whether it's just a different pay-per-view or live events on the network, the more of that stuff we get, the better, and the more British wrestling we can get to be a part of that, that's even better, right?
Definitely.
So I hope one day we can do that, and I'll be a big part of it.
Is there a particular rivalry you would like British Strong Style to have with another particular faction, or?
I think within the UK brand, I'd like to have a continued rivalry with Mark Andrews. He's always my favourite opponent. for the stages in WWE, I'd be really happy. And a rematch with Tyler as well.
And there we have it, the WWE UK Champion Pete Dunne. Only a short interview, as we only had time to ask a few questions, but nonetheless it was very interesting and very insightful. We got to learn, obviously, the origins of the term bruiserweight, and also it's nice to hear that he is interested in WWE holding a pay-per-view in the UK as well. Apologies if you could hear some background noise when Pete was talking in this Q&A. One of the windows in the room that we was conducting the interview, unfortunately, whistled whilst there was a lot of wind outside, and this seems to have come through a little bit, so I do apologise for that. But a massive thank you to Pete Dunne and to the organisers for this. It was very nice to meet him. He was such a gent. It was nice to get a little bit more insight into himself rather than just his character he portrays. And I would like to wish him all the best in his current reign as the WWE UK Champion. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this very special show of IWC Radio. You can follow the show on Twitter if you're interested at the IWC Radio. Like I said, we're on YouTube live every weekend, usually a Saturday evening, where we run down all the latest news from pro wrestling and look forward to previewing and reviewing pay-per-view shows. You can also check out our shows on IWCRadio.com. Everything gets uploaded to our site. There's also a few interesting articles there posted about other events that we've attended. You can also subscribe to us on iTunes. If you would be so kind to leave us a review and also a thumbs up on the video, it would be much appreciated. Thank you again for listening to this show, and we look forward to speaking to you again soon.